Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In this video tutorial today we are going to learn how to import an Excel sheet in SQL Server. So in our development life we may need data to be imported in SQL Server from different sources like MS Excel, MS Access, etc. So in this video we will consider MS Excel sheet import into an SQL Server. So for this purpose I have created a sample sheet in which we have different columns like employee number, employee name, father name, salary, department, education and contact number. And as you know, in the SQL Server we will consider this top row as a columns of table, and this whole sheet will be a table. This whole sheet will be a table in SQL Server. And here I have also populated some dummy records. And as you know, we have different data types in SQL Server. So in Excel we have this maybe string data type or text data type, and in SQL Server it may be string or n varchar, varchar and integer, double, float, etc. So in this video we will thoroughly discuss all the things and import data procedure into the SQL Server. So what I will do next, I will go back to the I will go back to the SQL Server. And here in SQL Server I have connected a data source, just like I have used this instance, and it is the instance that I have installed in my system. In your system you can have different instance and different authentication, and I have selected the Windows authentication. So what I will do, I will disconnect it and connect it again. So here you can see the instance name of the SQL Server, and you can have different option, Windows authentication and SQL Server. So I will select Windows authentication, and now I will click on connect. So my data source has been connected, you can see in the Object Explorer. And here I have different databases, so I will expand this databases folder. So now I have here different databases which I have used in my previous tutorials, or one or two I have my own databases for dummy purpose. So I will select one of the database and will import the populated Excel sheet into the SQL Server. So what I will do next, I will select a database and will right click on it, and here we have different options like new database, new query, script database, so and the task. So I will go into the task option, and task also provide different options like backup, restore, import data, export data. So we can also export data to a specific format, but for this video we will focus on import data from Excel sheet. And we can also import data from different sources, MS Access or whatever, but for this video tutorial we will import data from Excel sheet. So I will select import data option, and as you can see on screen, it is open the SQL Server import and export wizard for us. So here you can also read the instructions, it will guide you thoroughly step by step, but in this video we will also look into each and every step thoroughly, so you can easily import the Excel sheet into the SQL Server. Now I will click on the next button. So whenever I click on the next button, here it is asking for the data source. So data source from where we want to import the data. So we want to import data from Excel sheet, so we will select it and Microsoft Excel from here. So when we select the Microsoft Excel, so we have different options, like we need to provide the Excel file path. So I have saved my this Excel file into the documents, so I will browse from here, and in the documents I will scroll down, and here is the file which is the Excel file, I populated and shown you earlier in the video. So I will open this file, and you can see other option here, Excel version. Sorry. So now I will select I will leave this default setting. You can also look into different settings according to your requirements and play around from this wizard. So for this video tutorial I will select the default setting, and it is the most important option. First row has column names, so you have to check this if you have the column names in the first row. So I have the column name in the first row, I consider it as a columns. So I will go back to the SQL server and open the wizard again. So I have the first row has column names. I will leave this all setting as it is, and I will click on next button. So now here we have a different options like destination. Just like the source, we have selected the Excel sheet, and the destination we want to select the SQL server, because we want to import the data into SQL server, and SQL server is our destination. And it is asking for the server name. So here we have different server names, but I have only one for this example. So I will select this as well and leave all the settings as it is. And here we have the different options like use Windows authentication or use SQL server. So initially when I connected my SQL server, I have used the Windows authentication, so I will also select the Windows authentication from here. And now it is asking for in which database we want to import the data. I have right click on my test app, but here is also we can change the database name, and we can select the different database or name. So I will select the my system app or my test app. So I will select my system, let's say. And you can also see some different options or create a new database as well. So now I will click on next button, and here we have the different option. I will just select the copy data from one or more tables or views. So I will click on next button, and here we have the source, which is the sheet 1. So in Excel we have a sheet 1, as you can see here. And in Microsoft SQL server we want to create a table sheet 1 dollar name and import the data into the SQL server. This one you can also see the option edit mappings from here. You can go back and play around here. We have the column. This is Microsoft SQL server automatically detected the columns and its data types and labels, its size. You can change it from here. You can click on here and change the float data type or whatever do you want. For now we will just leave it as it is. So I will click on OK, and I will click on the next button. So and it is asking for the confirmation that you want to run immediately, and you can see some detail here. But now we want to click on the next button and want to import data into SQL server. So now click on the next button, and here it is showing some summary that and showing some messages related to our import in SQL server. So I will click on finish. So as you can see here, the different task has been executing on the screen, and let's wait for it to complete. So I hope it will work fine and import data successfully. So let's see what it is going to show us. And as you can see, our operation has successfully done, and we have 20 rows transferred. If we look into our Excel sheet, we have 21 rows with one column row. So we will have the 20 records in the Excel. So I will go back to the SQL server and open the wizard, and will close the wizard from here. So if we go back to the my system database, and in the tables we have a sheet 1 table that we just imported from Excel. And we have the columns employee number, employee name, father name, salary, and that the settings we wanted to. Okay, now I will click on the new query and we'll check this our data has been successfully imported or not. As the message shown, we have 20 rows imported, so I will type a query select all from sheet. So we have this sheet, you can press tab and it will automatically type the table name, and now I will execute this query. So as you can see, we have 20 rows in the Excel. Okay, so as you can see the different records, these 20 records are of multiple, because I think this is the 40 rows, because I have already tested this on the machine previously. uh, so let's ignore it, and you can see the all the columns and employee names, just like we have written in the Excel sheet. So what I will do next is the option, and we'll recap what we have done. So first of all, we need to create an Excel sheet, and we need to define an column here, so it will consider the column in SQL server. And next we will have to go into the SQL server, right click on the database, and you can see the import data, and you follow the steps that I have shown you in the video. So that's it for this video, guys, and I hope it find helpful for you. And if it finds helpful, then kindly subscribe my channel, share the video, and share the knowledge which I have shared with you. You can also share with your friends, and thank you for watching.